Angelique Kerber, one of the most iconic and accomplished figures in women's tennis, has built her career on resilience, determination, and an unshakable commitment to excellence, becoming a global inspiration in the process. And her journey from a young girl with dreams on the tennis courts of Bremen, Germany, to a three-time Grand Slam champion and former world number one is nothing short of extraordinary, embodying the highs and lows, struggles and triumphs that define the life of a true champion. Born on January 18, 1988, in Bremen to a Polish mother, Beata, and a German father, Slavomir, she grew up in Kiel, near the family's tennis academy, where she first picked up a racket and began shaping her athletic destiny. And unlike many prodigies who skyrocket to fame early, Kerber's career was defined by perseverance and late blooming, qualities that would make her story both unique and deeply relatable. She turned professional in 2003, and for nearly a decade she toiled in the shadows of bigger names, playing countless ITF events, qualifying rounds, and early exits in WTA tournaments. But her passion and consistency slowly carved out opportunities, with her breakthrough moment arriving at the 2011 US Open when she stunned the tennis world by reaching the semifinals as a virtual unknown ranked outside the top 100, defeating established players and announcing herself as a force to be reckoned with. That improbable run gave her the confidence to push her game further, and by 2012, she had cemented her place among the top players, winning her first WTA titles in Paris and Copenhagen, reaching the quarterfinals of Wimbledon and the US Open, and breaking into the world's top 10, which marked the beginning of her transformation from an underdog to a contender. Known for her defensive skills, counterpunching abilities, incredible footwork, and mental toughness, Kerber developed a reputation as one of the hardest players to beat on tour, someone who could outlast opponents. With her determination, consistency, and ability to turn defense into offense. Yet for years, she remained in the shadows of players like Serena Williams, Maria Sharapova, and Victoria Azarenka, competing at the highest level without quite breaking through to claim the ultimate prizes until 2016, which would become her career-defining year and the culmination of her long journey of perseverance. In 2016, Angelique Kerber experienced a season that few players ever achieve, a fairy tale year that turned her into a superstar and etched her name permanently into tennis history. At the Australian Open that January, she stunned the world by defeating the legendary Serena Williams in the final, capturing her first Grand Slam title and becoming the first German woman since Steffi Graf to win a major in over 2 decades, a victory that showcased not just her tennis abilities but also her mental strength as she held her nerve in pressure-filled moments to topple the world's most dominant player. This triumph was not a one-off, as she went on to reach the final of Wimbledon that summer, where she fell to Serena in a hard-fought contest. But her consistency across surfaces demonstrated that she was no longer an outsider, but one of the very best. Later that year, she again made history by winning the US Open, defeating Karolina Pliskova in the final, and in doing so she ascended to the world number 1 ranking, becoming the first German since Graf to hold that position, a moment of immense pride not only for her but also for German tennis fans worldwide who saw in her the continuation of Graf's legacy. Kerber's achievements in 2016 were further capped by winning a silver medal at the Rio Olympics, solidifying her as one of the dominant forces in the sport that year, and her poise, humility, and respect for the game earned her admiration from peers, commentators, and fans alike. The years following 2016 were marked by highs and lows that tested Kerber's resilience once more. As often happens with players who suddenly reach the pinnacle, the pressure and expectations weighed heavily on her, and in 2017 she struggled to replicate her previous form, slipping in the rankings and facing questions about whether her 2016 season was an anomaly. However, true to her nature, Kerber responded not with despair but with determination, retooling her game, working on her fitness, and preparing for another comeback which came to fruition in 2018, a year that once again reminded the tennis world of her champion's heart. She began strongly by winning the Sydney title and reaching the semi-finals of the Australian Open, but her crowning moment came at Wimbledon, where she defeated Serena Williams in the final to win her 3rd Grand Slam title, a victory that was both symbolic and emotional, as it completed her set of major victories on 3 different surfaces and further cemented her place among the greats of her era. Lifting the Wimbledon trophy, the most prestigious prize in tennis, was a career-defining moment that fulfilled her childhood dream and gave her a legacy that would endure. Kerber's playing style has always been admired for its grit, intelligence, and resilience. She is not the most powerful player on tour, but her ability to retrieve balls, construct points, and use her opponent's pace against them has made her one of the toughest competitors in women's tennis. Her left-handed game, combined with exceptional footwork, allows her to create awkward angles and frustrate opponents, while her mental toughness and never-give-up attitude have often carried her through tight matches. Beyond her technical abilities, What sets Kerber apart is her humility and grace on and off the court, as she is known for her sportsmanship, respect for rivals, and genuine connection with fans, making her one of the most beloved players of her generation. Off the court, Angelique Kerber is equally inspiring. She has always remained grounded despite her fame and success, attributing her achievements to hard work, family support, and the lessons learned from years of struggle before reaching the top. Her Polish roots remain important to her, and she often speaks about the influence of her family in shaping her character and career. In addition to tennis, she has built a strong personal brand, working with major sponsors such as Adidas, Porsche, Rolex, and Yonex, and her marketability is enhanced by her charisma, authenticity, and global appeal. She has also been involved in charitable initiatives, supporting children's programs and promoting sports as a means of empowerment, using her platform to inspire future generations. Her decision to take a break from the sport to focus on family life, including the birth of her daughter in 2023, further endeared her to fans who admired her ability to balance personal happiness with professional ambition, and her eventual return to the tour reflected her enduring passion for the game. Kerber's career, when viewed in its entirety, is a testament to the power of persistence and the idea that success is not always immediate but can come through patience, resilience, and belief. Unlike many champions who dominate early and consistently, Kerber had to fight her way through years of challenges, setbacks, and doubts,